FlexBook editor allows you to collaborate with other users to all work on the same book at the same time. There needs to be one person who is responsible for the book. We call that the main editor. And then we have other people that can be added in as collaborators with their assistants. So I'm going to show you how that works. If I go to my library here, I'm going to create a new FlexBook, FlexBook 2. I'm going to give it a name, sample for collaboration, and just add one chapter. And then I'm going to add 2 different lessons here. We call those reads. Lesson 1, lesson 2, done. And I'm going to save this so that the book exists in my library. And if I go back to my library real quick, you'll see it's on top. Sample for collaboration. I go back into the editor there. And now that the book has been saved, you'll see there's another green button that wasn't there before. It says Manage Collaborators. Now I'm going to show you something else in the meantime. I have another account that I created just to be a collaborator. I just called it co-author up here. If I go to the co-author accounts library, you'll see there's nothing in the library there. It's a brand new account. If I go back to my library, here's that sample for collaboration FlexBook I just created. What I'm going to do is assign lesson 1 for that collaborator, that co-author, to work on. Now if I go right here and I do assign, there's no name I can put in here that's going to work because it doesn't have anything stored. So what I'm going to do is say, okay, I'm going to add collaborators first. So I'm going to click on collaborators. I'm going to add that author2@demo.com, that's that new account I created, and save it. Now because that has a CK-12 account, you can't add someone who does not have a CK-12 account. But because that author2 account does exist on CK-12, it says the collaborator was successfully added for editing the FlexBook, and I hit OK. Now if I go back here and I assign, you'll see that I can do author2@demo, and it pops up here. Click on that to show that is the one I want, and check mark. And now that particular lesson has been assigned to that author. And you'll see from my position, I can edit the second one because I didn't assign it to anyone. But if I go and try and edit the first one now, it's grayed out because I've assigned that to somebody else. And what we want to do is prevent people from overwriting each other's work. So now that that's been assigned to author 2, if I go back to that other author's account and reload my library, you'll see that that book appears here in my library because I have something assigned to me. I'll go over to the 3 dots and I'll choose the edit button. It's going to open that same table of contents we saw in my other account, and you'll see there's only one of those things on here that I can edit as the collaborator. If I click on this, it's going to open the standard read editor, lesson editor, and I can type anything I want into here. And then I can save it as a draft, but I can't finalize it. Remember, the save as a draft option allows you as an author to save your work without the rest of the world seeing it. So as a collaborative editor, I can keep his draft. Now I've done my work. I'll tell my friend, my book author, that I'm done with my part, and they'll go back from their side, and if they reload their page here, they'll see that there's a draft option for that lesson, and as the author of the book, as sort of the main author of the book, I can finalize it. I can either go in and look at what's there, or I can just click finalize over here, finalize that draft, and now the whole world could see, if I had it shared, the whole world could see those updated edits that the collaborative author had made.